already sounded great. And this is just the sectional rehearsal. Amazing!
Just keep it as a neat. One, two, three, four. Oh, sorry, Tom, we definitely need one of them. Definitely need, because it's on the album. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's the greatest Jericho, an oasis,
City here since time began,
gateway to the promised land.
where Joshua, at the Lord's command,
March round and round,
and round and round,
and round and round, and
till all the walls fell down. Words and words here, lots of words.
Hello, good evening everybody. It's a pleasure to welcome you here tonight to Bromsgrove Baptist Church. I'm Bernice, I'm the new minister of Bromsgrove Baptist Church. I've been here 4 weeks, so it's very, very new. Thank you. I've had the privilege of hearing some of the music and the beautiful singing that you'll hear tonight with this new premiere of ZAC, the musical, this afternoon as people rehearsing sounded fabulous. So I'm really looking forward to tonight. I've got just a few practical details for you, just in terms of if there is an alarm, there will be a fire. So please do exit either through that exit, through the exit that you came in, or there is an exit opposite the small room, or there is an exit at the back. in the corner. So please do just find an exit as soon as you can and get out of the building. Toilets are through the doors, through the next set of doors on the right. And yeah, just have a lovely, lovely time tonight. We're really looking forward to it. So thank Roger Jones and all his cast and crew for everything they'll bring to us tonight. Shall we just pray as we start? Lord, we thank you that you have given Roger and all the people involved with this such beautiful gifts and talents that they will bring together tonight to worship you. So we pray that you would bless everybody as they take part and contribute to this. You bless us all as we hear and listen and hear from you as you speak through the stories and hears from the Bible. Lord, we pray and thank you that you will use this ministry to speak and share your good news with all that hear it. Lord, we thank you for that in your name. Amen.
Amen. Well, thank you, Bernice, and thank you everyone for coming. Welcome to this world premiere of my last musical. I'm going to be right one of these days, but we're not planning another one. But it's been a thrill over the months and years really to produce this. It's been a huge team effort. More about that in a minute, but I've got one or two things to just share with you about CMM, in case you don't know. Of course, we have a website, and it's you can find us on YouTube. We're actually only needing 20 more subscribers, Ellen, when we set this up. Only 20 more to reach 1,000. I don't know what happened. I think we get mentioned in the AA book or something like that.
I'll tell you.
Oh, she's going to tell me later. So if you've not visited our YouTube, you can subscribe to the horrible word. You don't, it doesn't cost you anything. It's like a like. It's like a Facebook like. Anyway, so we've got that, and we do lots of things. We're very soon we're going to be doing all sorts of things. We've got an Appledore Music Week. I think that's a screen coming up, Tim. Next year, we're looking at the summer. I know we're about to go through the winter, but summer's coming. If you want to come and spend a lovely weekend on the North Devon coast, and we've got Appledore Music Festival next year. And of course we do lots of music weeks. Some of you have been on them, and know we've seen lots of you on them. There's only one left this year, that's at the Pleasance in East Anglia in a few weeks' time, right on the edge of the list, but it's still alright, it's okay. Haven't had all the work at the time. But next year, our 25 music weeks, look at where we're going, lots of places. You come, we'll learn a musical, and actually I want to tell you, quite unsurprisingly, the musical we're learning next year on our music week will be ZAC. Please, that's if they do well tonight, you know, which will do it is. But also, we run a weekly radio show. We've been running that for the last 6.5 years. It's on a Wednesday between 6 and 8, and lots of exciting things. In fact, this past week, I had a special team, a special guest. Bishop Maurice Sinclair was interviewed on my programme, and lo and behold, he's here in person. We'll hear from Maurice later on. Bishop Maurice. Okay, lots of other things we do. We've got a CMM choir. Now, part of the choir, I'll mention the choir in a minute, but part of the choir over here is the CMM choir that meets on Monday nights at Hartwell, Tuesday nights at Ward End, and they've been learning ZAC, but this week, starting on Monday and Tuesday, they're learning a Christmas programme. So if you'd like to join a community choir, 7:45, Monday over in the west side, Tuesday on the east side, then come and join us. Anything more you need to know about that, there's my colleague Annie, I'll talk about that in a minute, but Annie directs that. So more about the CMM choir. Then of course we've got some Christmas musicals, and we've written lots of them over the years, and I've written musicals and collections and so on. So we thought we'd mention that because Christmas is coming. There aren't many shopping days. So therefore, you could go to our CMM site and your Christmas list would be complete in a few clicks. There we are. But anyway, let's go on to think about tonight. The musical ZAC. It was, I suppose, a year or two as Alison and Alison Fugel, and we got together, and I remember ringing Alison up saying, got an idea, another idea, and I don't know whether there was a deep sigh at the other end of the phone, because that's how my wife reacts when I say I've had an idea. And so on. But of course, over the years, the last 2 years, I'd say, this has kind of come into being as we've gone on with ZAC. And I just wanted to tell you that this is very much a team effort. And when I think of the people who are involved, I'm reading this list because I'm going to forget things I want to say. But you see, over there, We've got four choirs, I think it is, or 5 if you count the CMM choir twice. So we've got the CMM choir, East and West, trained by my colleague Annie. And then next to that, put your hand up, CMM choir, look at them all around. Then CMM choir, then we've got the Hemel-Hempstead lot. Trained by Sarah, who's also one of our soloists tonight. And then we've got the Kidderminster lot. There they are. Yeah. Absolutely. Kidderminster, you've been going at least since 1985 when we launched From Pharaoh to Freedom. I think that's right, isn't it? Yeah. And they've been going and doing all sorts of wonderful things. And then we've also got the Warsaw choir. So, before I move on, the Kidderminster are trained by Carol. Give us a wave, Carol. Yeah, wonderful Carol who's done a great job there. And then the Warsaw choir. I haven't come that far. Look at them. Oh, look at them. Yeah. The Warsaw choir trained by Penny. Where's Penny gone? There she is. So, choir, well done. They've only had, each one had just 3, is that right? 3 rehearsals? 4. Who's that Hemel went for? Kidderminster needed 4. Wonderful. And then when we actually look at the team, I've got the team here, but that's not the whole team. The folks, you'll see their names in the programme, the soloists. But we have an excellent team in the studio, and we worked our way through recording it, and we've got other folks here who are part of the studio recording. I want to mention also our wonderful producer, who's here tonight, Chris Kingwood. Chris, did we get you to see? Chris, who's been our producer since 1992. 1992 when we got his daughter, Chris. How about that? And then, of course, my own son, Tim, who's actually operating sound. Tim's over there, he was involved very much in preparing the backing tracks and so on. When I write this, basically, I write the vocal score with the harmonies and the vocal part. And then I like to hand it down for a second opinion. I might hand some of them to Annie, or to Chris, or to Tim, and then you see what they do with it. So they've done a wonderful job. If you listen to the CD, you'll hear lots of different styles. So we're very thrilled with all that they have done. And then when I just go on here, I've got George Hicks here, who did the artwork. Give us a wave, George. There's George. I just said to George, I need a picture of a man up a tree. And that's how it, because George has done many of our artwork, including the previous music of the Three Wise Camels. And so then we've got lots of other people. Our son Andrew, who puts the artwork together, he's not able to be here tonight, but again, that's been a team effort. We've got members of the East Birmingham Renewal Group, who Annie and I, with my wife Mary, we've been meeting with the East Birmingham Renewal Group for over 40 years since we went into full-time ministry, and now our home support group. But we've also got trustees as well. Some of the trustees are here tonight, and we're going to be on our best behaviour with them. And so on, but the trustees who look after us and also look after the finance that supports the ministry. So all these people, and I'm sure by doing this I'm missing people out, because we've got area, regional reps, we've got prayer warriors, people who support us in prayer and do battle in their business as well in that. That's really important. But I want to single out now certain people who, particularly for this musical, and Jane, are you ready? Because I'd like to, first of all, Jane, holding on for me, Alison. I'd like Alison Fugel, if you just come out for a minute. Alison, here she is. Alison Fugel has been our lyricist. And also then, but before that you were a soloist. And you actually played the part of an understudy Mary Magdalene, and you also played a minor solo role. What were you?
One of Mary Magdalene's dubious friends.
But you know what? And then Alison has then spent so much time now, Marie, doing all sorts of wonderful lyrics. Sometimes I'll say to Alison, I need some lyrics on this. And about an hour or 24 hours later, suddenly an email will come in, and there's these wonderful lyrics, which, and she's done it again with this. So, we'd like to thank you, Alison, for the years of your work. We should say, I think we've been involved in cinema for 35 years. Ladies and gentlemen.
And it does seem a day too much.
Alison Fugel, bless you. Thank you so much. And let me say, we planned this day, we fixed this day before we thought we were going to write ZAC. because this September it was one of our team's 30th anniversary. 30 years with us. Annie, come on out, Annie. 30 years, Annie. Did it seem like it was going to be?
No, it was a 2-year contract.
But it's rolling over. You said, Annie, you've done wonderful work with the orchestration. We're going to hear that in a minute. What are your great thrills working with CMM? And I don't mean working with me, you must say.
It's such a privilege doing something that I trained in, and it's just grown so much. I never did any arranging before I joined CMM, and it's just such a joy to enable people to enjoy playing.
And that's joy, isn't it? It really is. But Annie's multi-talented because she trains the CMM choir, she's on the keyboard this time, she's orchestrating, she plays the viola, and you do all sorts of other things. Wonderful background things. So 30 years and going strong. We'd like to thank you, Annie. But there's some more to come into it, but not from me. But one person I want to single out who it wouldn't be doing any of this without, and I'm just looking at the moment. But literally right then, because my wife, I couldn't do it without her. I didn't write anything serious until I got married. I don't know what that's done for me, but all right. But you know, how do you feel every time when I say, "Here we are, I've had an idea." Seriously, without Mary, and she's put up, and this includes with the family, how they, and some of you all know this, how they have put up with all sorts of stuff over the years, and me not being there, or me being there but not being there because we're writing a song. And sometimes you hear a bit of an accompaniment, and it goes on.
It goes around and round in my mind. And I only know that a bit.
So it's nice to hear the rest of the song sometimes. Bless you, Stan. Thank you for everything. And there's just something else happening. I'm sorry about all this, folks, but it's such a joy to acknowledge people. And this is Jill Johnson, who is chairman of the East Birmingham Trustees, member of our support group, member of our house group.
That was a long time.
We go back to when I was doing the Sunday School anniversary choir, and Jill was there in pigtails. You wanted to say something?
Okay, thank you. Yes, I think it was my youth leader, and involved in Sunday school, so I think I've known him since I was about 7, which is a long time now. Anyway, let's not go back there. Wow, isn't it so lovely to see you all? Thank you so much for coming. I know Roger said that, but we so appreciate your support, and it so often means travelling miles, getting up early, putting up with traffic jams, etc., etc. But the other thing, I mean, he was saying about money, when people say trustees, they go, oh no, talking about the money and things and the legal bits, which I know very little about. That's why it's a team thing. They just shove me out front, really. So, so I also want to say thank you to those of you who are able to give regularly. We really thank you for that. And for those who've been able to give for ZAC, the musical, this time too, thank you so much for your support in that way. And so we are in charge of the monies, and some little while ago we felt that we would like to publicly and financially say a little thank you to the staff who put up with me. So, Annie and Tim, I'm so sorry, you've got to come down from there. I'm sure it'll work without you at the moment. And Jane.
Yeah.
And Sophie, I assume you're over here somewhere. So these are the backroom boys who make sure that he sometimes does things on time and gets things done, and they do lots and lots and lots and lots of work. And as trustees, we just wanted to say a huge thank you for all that you do in supporting this work. We so appreciate you, and we're sorry that we don't say it enough, because we really do. And so this is just a really tiny thank you. So, to each of you. So, thank you so very much.
Wonderful. Well, I think that's about enough now. Sorry about all these things, but you can see how important it is. We like to acknowledge folks because he's always a team member. Now, I'm just giving Tim time to get up there. I'm going to switch out of. No eligible without them. They're on sale on the bookstore. It was Tim and Sophie's idea to do this, but we think they're very good. They're beautiful. The water tastes beautiful out of these, and they're also